I was in a hospital bed when I held up a whiteboard to the nurse that read, "If I leave here with her, I won't survive it." She was adjusting my IV. She stopped, read it, looked at me. Her face didn't move. I cut my eyes toward the hallway where my aunt was crying to a doctor. The nurse set down her clipboard, took a pen from her pocket, and wrote on the corner of my chart, then slid it where I could see. "Don't react. Stay calm. I'll be back at shift change." Out loud, she said, "You're looking stronger today. Get some rest." My aunt walked in. I closed my eyes like I was already asleep, like this wasn't the only chance I'd had in a year. Let me explain. After my parents died, I went to live with my aunt at 19. She controlled the inheritance until I turned 21. She told me she'd manage things. What that meant was she moved us to a town where I knew no one, took my phone and my ID for safekeeping, and put me to work in the cleaning business she ran. 14-hour days, no pay. The money funneled into her accounts. She told everyone I was unwell and couldn't be left alone. She told me no one would believe a word out of my mouth, and for a year she was right. I tried to leave once. She'd primed the few people around us so well that when I begged a neighbor for help, the neighbor walked me back to her. After that, she kept the doors locked from the outside at night and reminded me daily that I had nowhere to go and no proof of anything. Last week I collapsed. Exhaustion, dehydration, a heart that finally skipped wrong. I woke up in an ambulance and now here, a bed, an IV, my aunt in the chair beside me telling the doctors I was a fragile young woman who refused to eat and wouldn't take care of herself. They believed her. They always believed her. But this nurse looked at me like she could see straight through the performance. At shift change, she came back, pushed the door half closed, and handed me a fresh whiteboard. Write it all, fast. I did. The locked doors, the stolen ID, the money, the year. Her hands shook as she read. "I know," she said quietly, "because I lived something like it." She told me she'd been 22, trapped by someone who was supposed to protect her, and it took a stranger noticing the signs for her to get out. "I'm going to make some calls. There are people for exactly this. I just need you to hold on a little longer." For the first time in a year, something cracked open in my chest. Hope. Then my aunt walked in. She looked at the nurse, at me, at the whiteboard in my lap. Her expression didn't change, but I saw the shift behind her eyes. "Sweetheart," she said gently, "you should rest." The nurse left. I wiped the board clean, but I knew my aunt never let anything go. I stayed awake all night waiting for the nurse to come back. She didn't. In the morning, a doctor came in, my aunt behind him with red eyes. "Your aunt's told us what's been going on," he said. My stomach dropped. He talked about instability, about me being a danger to myself. I said it wasn't true, that she was lying, that she'd done this to me. My aunt sobbed about how hard she tried to help me. I started screaming for them to get the nurse from last night. She'd know. Ask her. The doctor didn't blink. "She didn't come in for her shift today. You have a new nurse now." My blood went cold. They put me on a 72-hour hold. My aunt squeezed my hand on the way out. "I'll be here when you're released." They wheeled me through 2 locked doors into a room with no windows. 2 days passed, no visitors, just white walls. Then the door opened and a woman in a blazer stepped in, a detective. Her eyes found mine, and there was nothing suspicious in them. "We found your nurse," she said. My chest seized. She was hurt, left in the parking garage. "She's in the ICU, but she's alive." I could breathe again, barely. Before that, she'd already sent everything to a hotline. Photos of your chart, what you wrote, it all matched. "We pulled your aunt's financial records this morning." I couldn't move. "Your story checks out," she said, sitting on the edge of the bed. "Your aunt's been arrested. The hold's being lifted. You're not going back there." The first thing I asked, before anything about myself, was whether I could see the nurse when she woke up. I did, 3 weeks later. She was the first person in a year who'd looked at me and seen the truth. I told her she'd saved my life. She said, "Now you hold on, and someday you'll be the one who notices it in someone else."